Hey guys, so I'll try to explain every single thing I use on a weekly basis, which helps me protect from the groins issues, from the muscle pains, for the knees, knee problem, because I have a bunch of knee problems and I have to protect my knee. What I use to protect my calf, my muscle from cramps. What I also use to protect myself from tackles. What socks I use, what shin pads, stuff like that. I go through it one by one. I explain the equipment, and then you figure out whatever you need. But I will recommend to have all this and all the other things with you every single night when you want to play football, just if you want to keep it safe as much as possible. I have different type of shoes over here. Those are basically for natural grass. I use them whenever we play outdoor. In the indoor or on the artificial grass, I use very small grips, very decent shoes. So pretty much this helps you with protecting your ankle on the artificial pitch. So this is the equipment. I'm going to show you how I use and why I use different part of the equipment. But the shoes are very important. So this is, once again, this is for the natural grass. This is for artificial grass. It is important because sometimes even the administrator of the sport place, they will not allow you to play with shoes for natural grass on artificial astro. It's important to have at least one pair each, so you can switch in between depending of the surface we are going to play that specific day. What's interesting is that I use under the short a little bit of stretches that keeps my muscle, my muscle here together. Helps me when I try to tackle, when I shoot, and the muscle, maybe when I lift the foot to get the ball up, high balls. This helps me to protect against the groins. This came when you are over 30. Comes every single time if you don't warm up properly before. If you warm up properly before, but you're still 30, you might still get injured. What I use those compression pants under the regular short, and I will show you how I use this one, because it's important to get them a little bit, maybe one number below your size, because it's important to be very compressor on your muscle. Medium size or small size, it's what you need, because you want all the time to have an extra protection over the upper size leg muscle. All right, so this is important. This goes with the pants. Then I have some knee protection. Those are also like stretchers, very little piece of equipment which I use on both knees. There's like this, very elastic. You can use on both sides. These are like medium size as well, because if you go with very large size, you might end up having them pulling them down, and you have to pull them up all the time during the game. So I will recommend again to get like ones that hold your knee together and very compressed, because it's important. Because if you get a slide, if you move your knee a little bit different, this compression keeps your knee together. So it's important to have them a little bit on your knee. Using them when you play football, it's actually a must for your knees. Good. Another masterpiece of football equipment I use on a regular basis. Every time I don't leave the house without those lower calf stretchers for my muscle. It's absolutely mandatory to avoid cramps. As soon as you hit 30 years old, 35 years old, cramps, it's something that shows up every single time when you make like an acceleration, when you change the speed from lower speed to a higher speed. Even if you are slowing down during a very intense game, this will protect you against cramps. The shin pads I have, as you can see, there is some regular plastic fiber plastic piece of equipment, which is probably 15 euros max. So I use them in front of my legs just to protect against some slides, some dangerous tackles. And of course I use long socks because I want to have those shin pads fixed on my legs. Yeah, it's better to have them rather than crying after. Another piece of equipment, yes, I also do have a little bit of a blouse. This is a long sleeve blouse which I use in the winter season, not so much in the summer season. It's because I want a little bit of heating and protection against the cold weather. This is probably 10 euros in any store. So yeah, I will try to see how I use all of them, starting with of course the pants, the compressor pants as well under my shorts, then the calf protectors for against cramps, the knee protector over here, yeah, black, the shin pads, the socks, of course the shirt, and the shoes. I will use probably the natural grass shoes today, but as I said, it depends of where you're gonna play the next football game. It's important to pick up the right shoes for that. So I will go through every single item that I have here, and that it's absolutely recommended to use every time you want to play football outdoor with Meetup.com and the gang. So I will go and use the first one is the pants compressor. I use them over my underwear, so it's very important to have them because, as I said, it protects you. So just make sure you just turn them properly. You have them on, and simple like that. You just go until the muscle is properly covered. Yeah, you can see this muscle has to be protected by something which is stretched. I recommend to use, of course, a medium size. It depends of your volume, but yes, use a medium size. All right, so those being said, you have this protected. Then you use your short. So as you can see, the stretcher are a little bit under. It's pretty much recommended just to protect the muscle. Whatever you bend, whatever you try to get a ball or you shoot, long shot, this protects you very, very, very nice. All right, we move on. And the next piece of equipment which I like to go through is those knee protectors. I will do this way, and I will just go in order to make sure the knee is properly secure. Yeah, this is quite important because in the end, it makes the connection between the compressor pants to the calf, lower calf protectors. All right, so now you have the upper muscle protected, you have the knees protected, and you need to protect the lower calf. So I'll use this like this. Yeah, you see they are a little bit tight for me, but actually they help me set up the calf muscle properly, so I don't have cramps during the football session. I have upper muscle protected, knee protected, calf protector. What I also need to do is to use the shin pads and of course the socks that I have to have those shin pads. So I will recommend to have those maybe large, medium large, adult size shin guards, shin pads. It's important because too small shin pads will only protect you a little bit. And make sure that you have the shin pad fitted in at the middle of the feet, not so much up, not so much too low. It's just somewhere at the middle, and make sure that the socks cover it, and that's it. It's important to have the shin pads fixed properly, because if not, when you run and if not fixed properly, they will slide while you're running, and you might even end up losing them, as I did a few times. And that's about it with the equipment under. because we're gonna play on grass, I use those type of shoes with a little bit of grips, like a bit too much, but for Sorin Bricis, but very, very good for natural grass. So I'll just put them in. All right, I'll check everything. All good, knee good, muscle good. So yeah, that's pretty much the equipment I use, and I would recommend, strongly recommend to use it on a weekly basis. Every time you go out for football, just make sure that the knee are protected, that your groins, muscle, upper muscle are protected, and also you don't get cramps during the football. All right, thanks for watching, and see you on the pitch.